All right, this is going to be a general message for the sign of Taurus. So anyone with prominent Taurus placements, a Taurus sun, moon, rising, you can have a Taurus stellium of planets in the second house or in the sign of Taurus. Welcome into the reading. Hope everyone is doing well. It's been a while. I always get super excited when it's time to do a Taurus reading. They're very entertaining for me. So I was channeling, meditating on your energy as I do before every reading. As you can see, we got the Queen card. This is from the Wild Unknown Archetype deck by Kim Krantz. So, yeah, I feel like this is going to be a really fun reading. I mean, the Queen card, like, come on. Who gets that in right off the bat? So whether you're a male or female, doesn't matter. But obviously there is a sense of strength coming through here. There is focus around your status, maybe where you stand in life, the respect I'm also feeling that you get from, others. Maybe there's something around, feeling valued and worthy as well. So we'll see how that plays out in the cards. If those are topics that are going to come up. You may be just embodying this inner strength and it's exuding right into the outer world, into your external here. I'm feeling a little bit of intimidation by others. Maybe some people see you a little intimidating, so they have to think twice before they go up to you, before they speak to you. There's a level of authority here as well. Depending on how the cards show up, you could either be the type of queen archetype, male or female, who is a protector, a nurturer, right? Like a just ruler. Okay, so if we're thinking about the queen archetype, it could be the positive, the good-sided queen who is literally invested in her people and, is there to provide for them and rule their kingdom in a way where everyone thrives or whatever the case is. Or you can go the opposite side and be a queen where it's ego driven. I'm not too sure how this is coming through, but I am feeling a little bit of both, where it's like, just the wrath, the strength, right? It's like, who the hell do you think you are? Like coming to me this way, or dealing with people who, I don't know, just sort of bring that side out of you, if that makes sense, right? Like something is going on in your environment where you feel the need to step up your game, feel the need to show who you are, show your presence, be really forceful or strong in your approach. And it does make me feel that sense of like, who do you think you are? Or do you know who I am? Like that type of energy, which, I mean, that's great energy. It's very confident. You can get things done when you sit in that type of energy. You can just sort of like take control of a situation when you're in that type of energy. So it just depends, again, how the cards come through. But I mean, just in general, I just feel like at least you are sitting in a good spot. At least you have everything you need, right? At least you're not struggling or, without, right? I don't know. We'll see how it comes through. The other message that I was getting for you was just pure channeled message. It did feel as though you, as a Taurus, a more earth-based, grounded, right, tangible, material type of energy, is outside of your element. All right. So I was feeling very strongly that you being earth, you are not in earth. You are in air. Okay, there's air in you're coming through as an air sign, or you're coming through airy, but it doesn't feel like you understand this element very much. Okay, so I don't know if maybe you don't have a lot of air placements in your chart, or you just don't understand you've never dealt with an airy type of person or something, but it's like you're trying to get to know the airy side of yourself, or you're trying to get to know a person who is strongly an air associated. All right. So when we're talking about elements and we're associating that with astrology, you could be dealing with an air sign, which are the Geminis, the Libras, or the Aquarians, or you could have that in your chart. But it's very much so like I am in uncharted waters. I don't understand this type of mentality. I don't understand, these types of behaviors, or the thought process between an earth sign, which is Taurus, and an air sign are not the same. So it feels like the Taurus is trying to like maneuver themselves through air. Okay. And that was the vision. It was air turning into sort of like this beautiful fog. And the fog just dropped on top of this person who is the Taurus. And the Taurus was like, whoa, like, where am I, trying to like get used to it? But it's so beautiful of a ambiance or of a color that I saw. So I don't know what this means. We'll see what that means for you guys as we get into the cards. But very strongly, the Taurus that I'm picking up on today with that channeling, it makes me feel like you're trying to understand a different side of yourself, or a different point of view. Maybe you're trying to understand a person who, this type of person you haven't really dealt with before. All right. Let's see what's in your personal energy. Thank you for being here as always and listening to the channeled part of the reading. What's in the personal energy for the Taurus, please? Yep. Oh my goodness. I can't. I mean, I can. This is the Queen of Swords. This is the Air Queen. All right. This card rules the sign of Libra, or Libra is associated with this card. But in your personal energy, you have the Queen of Swords, and you literally have the Queen card. So we are on the right track here. Male or female, you may be embodying this energy, or obviously dealing with a person who is this type of person. So the Queen of Swords is very mental. All right. So she comes from a mental, logical place. Okay. Yes, I'm not saying that this person does not have emotion, or they're not sensitive, but typically, depending on the cards that come through with this person, they are not very, very sensitive. They come from a place of thinking. All right. So they have to think things through. They're always in their mind. There is some strategy. There's always a strategy with the Queen of Swords. They're very detached. They could be quiet. They could be distant, or just come off that way. They're not the type that really is like how can I say, like an open book, like in order for you to get to know a Queen of Swords, got to like ask, you got to show you are trustworthy, or I don't know, like they have to understand why you want to get to know them. They have to understand why you are asking them questions or whatever. Like, what is your motive? I'm feeling. And this could be you or someone else. You have the Empress at the bottom, which is the Empress, right? Queen card. But it does seem as though in your energy, you are surprising people here. Or somebody is surprising you. There's just like a breakdown in belief system, a breakdown in thought process. It's like you come across this person, or somebody comes across you, and it's just like, whoa, I never felt this way before. I never thought about things this way before. Or, how does your brain work? Right? Like, I don't understand how your brain works. I don't know why I'm getting that. It's just crazy. Like, it's very strong energy where you're trying to understand someone. And by dealing with this person, it's sort of shaking up your world. It's shaking up your way of doing things, your concepts, and I don't know if somebody is necessarily like fighting this and being difficult. I'm also getting that, some of you sitting in this Queen of Swords energy are trying to take control of the situation, are trying to change things in your environment, and you may be faced with others or circumstances that are just making it difficult and challenging for you to make these changes. It's like somebody is going and rocking the world of others, right? It's like I'm shaking things up. I'm breaking things apart because they are no longer working. I'm building up something new, something that works better. Feels like somebody is like looking at all of the areas of opportunity in this situation, right? Like the hanging fruit, the low hanging fruit, the stuff that isn't working anymore, like the process and procedures that aren't working anymore. And it's just like, okay, this is outdated. This is an old way of doing things. This doesn't make sense. Like, why are you wasting your time? Let's do this smart. Let's do this efficient. Let's be productive. Let's get some results. Like, I don't know if this is like a work situation. I'm picking up on that. If it's not that, it could be life, obviously, but you're in a position where you need to make these moves. You need to take control. You need to rule your kingdom. You need to create these laws or these, like guidelines or something like that. And you are literally like a tower, a walking tower where everything you look, it's like you down, you down, you down, right? Like breaking things down. I don't know if that makes sense. Sometimes I'm challenged with articulating the feeling, of these intuitive hits and these visions that I get. It's like, how can I share what I see or even what I feel, through words, right, to the collective and whoever's listening to these readings? It can be a little challenging, but that's what it feels like. Okay. What are the drivers? What is in your environment that is causing you to be put in this authoritative type of role? Taurus, what is in your environment here? All right, you have the Four of Swords. What else? This just makes me feel like there are things in your environment that have been put in place and they have been running this way for so long. In your environment, there's energy here, whether it's a circumstance or actual people who are not open to change. Literal change coming through here with the Death card. What is this about? Like somebody is looking at a group of people and it's just like, what are you doing? Like, why are you like this? Why are you doing that? Why aren't you doing something also? Like, I'm feeling a little bit of impatience as well. It's like, are you sleeping? Are you there? Hello? Like, are we doing this or are we not? Like, things are changing. Can't you see that things are changing? Like, somebody is asking another person, like, you're like, get up, let's do this together, or we can't stay this way forever. I don't know what that's about. Somebody's building something, like I'm guessing it's the Queen here, guessing that this is you. Like, you want to build something, you want to make something better, You're putting up the walls, you're putting up the foundation here, you're taking action, you're being really active with it, and it's like you're making progress. But there may, like I said, there may be others in your environment who don't do things the way you do them, and vice versa. That I'm getting that really strongly. Somebody is more action oriented. Another person creates and manifests through energetic vibration. And another person creates and manifests through action and initiation. But either way, this dynamic is changing. Something is changing here with the Death card. This is a new time, a rebirth. It also makes me feel like what I was saying about the channeling of you don't understand how a group of people work, or you don't understand how another person works, right? Like you're trying to get in their head to figure them out. And it's almost this thing of like, the deeper that you go into their head and into their psyche and their emotional space, even, the foggier it gets, but at the same time, the more beautiful it feels, right? Like the deeper you go in, the more confused you are, but somehow, some way you feel like you're in a trance, or you feel like you're in this like Garden of Eden or something, like this beautiful place. It's I don't know, like you can't stop yourself from diving deeper and deeper and deeper into this, and you're understanding them, or you're understanding, like, how can I say, like you're seeing different points of view. You're seeing it's opening your mind in ways that you never thought, like you couldn't even comprehend or anticipate that you would ever think this way, or you would ever do things this way. So like you're sort of watching another in action. And it's like, how do they get things done when they don't do anything at all? Like how does that happen? Like how? And so maybe you're trying to figure out their creative process or their creation process. But it's definitely changing you in some way. I'm getting also like you're so busy, you're so busy ruling your kingdom. You're so busy making moves and being smart and, all the things. And how can I say this? Like you're building something, you're busy. Okay. I know I keep saying that, but it feels like that. Like you're super busy. But while you are keeping busy and while you're doing what you have to do, you have this other energy, like in your environment that is real flowy and real like fantasy like, or I don't know. What is this feeling that I'm feeling? And so while you're doing your thing and while you're keeping busy, you're just like watching them and taking care of them or protecting them. I'm feeling too, but getting to know them. It's weird. It's like what is this? Like obsession or a little bit of obsession. I'm sorry. I don't know. You never know how the channels and how the intuitive hits come through, and every reading it's different, Sometimes it's like super direct and like in my face, and sometimes it's like, okay, I have to like sink into it and like wiggle my way in to the feeling to figure it out, if that makes sense. I'm sure it makes sense to you guys because you're literally here watching tarot. I'm sure most of you are intuitives. Okay, let's see. This is additional energy. Let's go deeper and let's get some more details and see what this is all about. I also like to say that this is a 30-day period. So We may be looking at future energy as well, but time, as everyone knows and as everyone says, is fluid. So let's see how it relates to you specifically. If you're getting anything out of this reading, I would appreciate if you hit the little like button. That would help the channel out and these videos out so much. Thank you. So grateful for you. I know this is a little bit of a weird reading just because I'm trying to like really touch base with the intuition here. Let's take all these. 3 of Swords. 4 of Swords. 9 of Wands. Yeah, the 9 of Wands here. Somebody's hurt. Somebody is starting off some energy at this time of the reading. Feeling let down and feeling at a loss here. You're coming out of a heartbroken place, okay? So whatever time you're listening to this reading, you've recently dealt with a loss in some way. So it could be in the form of relationship. It could be, in other ways as well. You have the Emperor here, the Queen and the Emperor. There could be a dynamic between two people at play, in focus, like on your mind right now. You may be dealing like really closely with another person here. And there's a little bit of tangled up energy. The cord is thick. The cord and the connection between the two of you is strong. But it's been cut. All right. And it just feels, and I was getting blood. I don't know if somebody is like literally hurt, or was literally physically hurt in the recent past, but I was getting blood when I was seeing this card as well, and I'm seeing it here. So it could be like blood ties, your family, something like that as well. That the cord has been cut and there's some pain, there's loss, there's heartbreak. And there's a lot of mixed emotions. There's a lot of tangled up energy here. It's also making me feel like everything that you go through, this concept, this relationship, this loss incorporates itself to it. So it could be like something completely different and detached from this loss, but somehow, some way, the loss bleeds in to every other aspect of your life in some way. But you are healing. Okay, so you're literally going from the 3 to the 4 here. So, there is consciousness, there's awakening, there's awareness here about this situation. Right? It's like, okay, I understand I know where I stand. I know what's happening. I know what happened, finding the gratitude, finding the lesson. Here you have the 4 of Swords as well. If we're talking about what I was saying, like you watching another person go through their process of dealing with like pain, hurt, depression, just feeling down and out, loss. You may be watching them go through it as well. Okay, so something to think about there. Like this may not be you, but somebody is here to help, right? So it could be like, if this is somebody else, the 4 of Swords, like you are, that's the other feeling that I was getting when I was like, you're busy, but there's somebody on the side, right? Like sort of laying there and you're watching over them. So it's like you're here to help heal them. You're here to help bring the light back. You're here to help untangle this cord, and you know how these swords are all sort of together. You're here to bring alignment back into someone's life. And you have the 9 of Wands. Look at that. The 2 cards together here. So it's not easy. Okay. It's an uphill situation. Okay. Like step by step by step. And I'm feeling that for some of you, whether you are helping the other person out of this loss or heartbreak or depression, or it's you, regardless, it's like step by step by step, you're getting to the enlightenment. You're getting to the Hierophant type of energy, which is your card of enlightenment, right? Like understanding the reasoning, understanding the lesson, you know, seeing the light in a dark situation, really understanding your emotion behind this and healing. But it's taking steps. It's happening in steps, if that makes sense. Somebody here, the Emperor, going back to that scenario where you're taking care of another person. You have the Emperor, you have the Queen, right? It's like, yeah, like somebody is the doer. Someone is the protector. Someone is the provider here. Taking care of another person. And if it's not another person, it's like somebody here is taking care of things in general, you know, like making sure that everything is working out, that everything is getting done. Because again, I feel like you are very busy making moves, making changes, but building a solid foundation. But you're in the doing phase. Okay, so you're not there yet. You're in the building phase now. Like breaking ground. Look at that. Queen of Swords twice. Whoa. Your person, or you, whoever is the one that it's like manifests and creates by doing nothing. They do nothing physically. They do nothing in reality. I mean, yeah, I'm sure like they have to take some action here and there, but their manifestation skills are energetic. Their manifestation skills are connected to the divine, connected to their higher self, you know, and this is maybe something that you're trying to understand, or somebody vice versa. Take it as you will. It's not the same as an Emperor with a 9 of Wands, like literally taking action with that fire energy. This is other side. This is magic. This is energy. This is a different type of power, okay? Somebody here has a lot of psychic ability. They're very in tuned. Beautiful. Yeah, they do create. And maybe that's like, I also feel that too. It's like, how do you do it? Right? Like in the beginning, when I was talking about that, like you're thinking, you're trying to get to know another person's creative process. Like, how do you make things happen for you without lifting a finger? You know? And this could be someone looking at you like that. You have the 10 of Pentacles. Like, this is the thing that you're building. This is the life. This is your root system, your foundation. You know, like if you're building a life for you, the 10 of Pentacles is the entirety of your life. This is your legacy, your family, your career, your income, like everything here. It's the best card in the deck. And it's surrounded literally with psychic, magic, spiritual awareness. This energy is taking the untangible and making it tangible. This person, whoever is the doer in this situation here, is learning how to go within, is learning how to connect to their higher self, is learning how to get out of the dense earthly energy that the Taurus stands for. You literally are earth, right? Like you're the manifestation in the 3D. And so for all of these higher untangible energies to come out, this is the vision that I was getting of the air, right? Can't hold on to the air, has literally dropped over the Taurus, and the Taurus is trying to figure its way out in air energy, which is the untangible, the unseen, the unknown. And it was feeling like that, like you just didn't know how to navigate through your way through it. You couldn't understand it. You're trying to understand air. You're trying to understand the unknown. You're trying to understand spirituality, the other side, and get to know what that means, get answers for yourself that you're satisfied with. People go their whole lives looking for spiritual truth and like spiritual, a way to say like, this is exactly what it means, right? Like if you're thinking like, what is God? You spend your whole life thinking to yourself like, or searching for the truth. That is not tangible. That is not something that we'll ever have an answer to. It is it's a feeling, it's a belief, it's an energy, right? Like, and so I don't know if you're opening your eyes in different ways and becoming more conscious and more aware, just sort of like stepping up in levels as it relates to your spirituality or your awakening process, your journey. But if this is not you and you are faced with a time of your life where you're busy making moves, right? But there's somebody that has come into your environment that is a catalyst or like an energy that is going to change or snap you out of it, so you can sort of stop and start to connect with this other side of you. Like that's what it feels like. You're on the go, but you're looking sideways like, what is this energy? Who is this? Why is this person here? What am I supposed to do with this process? This person is here to wake you up, basically. There's wisdom to be gained by dealing with this person or being in this situation. Oh my God, seriously. Ace of Pentacles, the Magician. It's a very spiritual reading. The Nine of Cups. And the Four of Cups. Well, there's definitely an opportunity to manifest your work. What are you working on? What are you building? You're building something. It's like your wish come true. It's like what you want, what you wanted, whatever that is. It's a lifestyle for a lot of you. I'm picking up on a lifestyle. Like you're learning things about yourself that maybe, how can I say this? Like you're learning parts about yourself that are like skills or talents or Something like that, because you're whatever you're creating involves that in some way. So this is new territory, you know, like we'll see with the clarifiers. This energy is like so heavy, but yet even I am feeling that sense of like maneuvering my way through it and breaking it open so I can pull out, right, the hits, the intuitive hits here, because it's strong feelings. So therefore I'm just like, what is this feeling, and trying to like get into it so I can articulate it. Let's get some clarifiers. Let's start off with the 3 of Swords and the 4 of Swords. What is this for the Taurus, please? Queen of Pentacles. Another queen here. Maybe you recently went through a loss in money or finances or your livelihood, right? Something that has to do with how you pay your bills, how you pay for your food, your rent, like things like that. There's been changes here that you're recovering from. Maybe you felt at a loss and you're recovering from them now. Yeah, and with help. Okay, so whether this is you or someone else, either you got the help to get out of this situation, or you're helping someone, but it has to do with union, with people coming together. You have 2 3s here, and making things happen. Okay, there's a domestic side that comes through with the Queen of Coins. So it's making me feel like home things. And you have the 3 of Pentacles, which is building something with someone else, working together to literally create and manifest something in the tangible real world. And you have the 3 of Wands, which is results, right? Like based off of the actions that we are doing, we're getting results. So it's like the law of attraction, or like you're doing something to get something in return. So how can you fail? How can you go wrong here? Right? Like this is like a win-win type of thing. Through this process, someone is healing. Through this process, someone is coming back from feeling pain and being depressed and, you know, whatever that is. So it's making me feel like the 3 of Swords is like a long time thing, right? Like I said, there's somebody in the beginning when I was saying it felt like somebody was in something for a long time, and it's like, okay, things are changing, right? Let's start to make moves. Let's start to get up and do things or whatever. So the 3 of Swords is making me feel like this is the long time energy, and you're coming out of this, or whoever this person is coming out of it. What is the 9? Ace of Coins, which is down here. So what is the 9 of... Geez, these cards are loud. 9 of Wands and the Emperor. Okay. So opportunity. 9 of Cups, which is this card right here. This is what you wanted. Okay. So this win-win situation, or whatever the case is, this Emperor type person, whether this is you or someone else, you're building, you're working on this step by step by step by step. The Emperor takes action. The Emperor is a doer. The Emperor makes moves, you know. The Queen can as well. The Queen can definitely make moves. Like the Empress, right? But if the Empress or the Queen has the Emperor by their side, they're going to take a step back and allow the Emperor to do their thing, right? And usually the Emperor, the masculine, I'm not saying male or female gender. I'm saying masculine, feminine energy, frequency that we all have within us. Whoever plays the more masculine doer, protector, provider, type of energy, right? And the queen is the receiving, nurturing, creative, energy. If these two are put together, then this one, right, the more feminine energy is going to let the more masculine energy make the moves, and the more masculine energy make sure that the more feminine energy is taken care of. So it's like if you're dealing with this scenario and there's two people here, both parties are exactly in their where they're supposed to be, right? They're playing the part that they're supposed to play. If these two were separate and you only had the Empress here, yes, the Empress can make those moves because she's an Empress and she can do that, right? She has that authority and she has that skill set. But it's not as though that's what she thrives or that's what she's best at, if that makes sense. Anyway, so you have the Ace of Coins, Nine of Cups. Yeah, so this is telling me that this is, yes, the win-win situation. This is what you wanted. Everyone is happy. Everyone gets their way here. And it's like, as long as we are doing something and we are taking steps to get things done and we are making progress and all the things, then there's nothing to complain about. Look at that, the Empress. We're clarifying the Emperor. Majority of you are definitely dealing with another person here. This person is everything you want, and you are everything they want. You are their queen, they are your king, vice versa. Male, female, two females, two males, whatever the case is. All right, which is beautiful. This person comes in, right? It's that win-win situation, and it's also helping to heal. Okay, that is that. Let's keep going. What is the Mother of Swords and the High Priestess telling us here? So this is the Five of Pentacles. Two of Cups. Two of Pentacles. Hold on. I just keep hearing, we made this decision together. We made this decision together. Two of Cups, yes, that makes sense. Two people here, relationship. We're doing this together. We're in this together. It's like somebody is unraveling. I know, did I say that earlier with the Three of Swords? But it does feel that way. Like someone is unraveling their chaos. Like they've always had this, or they have, how can I say, created knots, whether it's in their mental state, their energetic state, emotional, like maybe all of it. Like it's just like a yarn or thread, or like when you have like a whole bunch of necklaces and they're just all intertwined. It looks like that. And it's like someone is undoing all of that by being super clear, super honest, piercing through another person. Like like someone can see through another, or vice versa. Like people can see through each other, and there's no mistakes. There's no confusion. There's no hazy, foggy, like unclear energy, right? Like when these two people are looking into one another and they see one another, they're clear as to what they see. They see the truth in the other person. And therefore, by the other person looking into you and seeing the truth of you, right? It helps you unravel yourself, or you seeing the truth in them, it helps them unravel themselves. So it's getting out of the knots and out of the mess and getting clear, cleaning each other up mentally, energetically, spiritually, emotionally. Okay. Two people are doing that together by staying high, by staying truthful, by staying connected, by staying authentic, honest, right? Like catching when someone is projecting, catching when someone is reacting out of trauma, catching that, like, and holding each other accountable, to always maintain their true self when dealing with one another. That's what it feels like very strongly. What is the 10 of Pentacles and the moon? Yeah, this moon, I know I didn't talk about it too much, but this moon feels pretty impactful. There's a lot to be gained and a lot to be learned out of this place here within you. The moon is our internal state, our self-talk, our relationship with ourselves, what is unseen, what is unknown, what we don't tell anybody. These are our own private thoughts, and how we our psychological state, our psyche. It's like, do people really know how crazy you are? No, right? Like you wouldn't dare show your craziness, something like that. So it's like, okay, well, what is this? It feels like someone's craziness is like exactly what is needed. Someone's emotional inner state is exactly what someone needs. The Wheel of Fortune. It's someone's emotional, like, and psychological being, like, because they're weird, they're different, they say things that are off, they I don't know, like this, whoever this is, it doesn't feel like they're really grounded. Okay, they're not grounded, and so you're very grounded, and so it's like, what did you just say? What? Like, why? Or like, it just feels off, but it's exactly what is needed to either help another person unravel themselves or push another person to connect. I don't know what this is, but it does feel like someone's internal psychological state is so off the rocker or something, that it is surprising and it throws people off, or I don't know. But it causes momentum. It causes things to go. Like, I don't know if this person is like of some sort of, like, they influence you in ways, make you feel things that you've never felt, make you think things that you've never felt. And therefore it gets your wheels turning, and either it inspires you to do something, to make moves, to break things down and create something new, whatever the case is. And a lot of this, I'm feeling, comes from their pain. I feel like somebody here is a person who jokes about pain, who jokes about loss, who makes light of it, who is grateful for their loss. Somebody here is grateful for their pain. They celebrate their pain. They celebrate these moments where they were at rock bottom. It gave them insights. It gave them different viewpoints. It shaped their weirdness. I don't know, but I really like it. I like this energy. I don't know. Maybe because it's like it gives them different faces, different personalities, or something like that. They show up differently. But all of these different dynamic parts to them, it's like coming from their personal private space within them. Like you'll never ever know. You'll never know them, okay? And they will never know you. That's just how people and humans work, right? Like we never really know somebody. So the way they are, you're trying to figure them out, or they're trying to figure you out, whatever. But it's like you're never going to really get it. Even if they explain it, like you won't get it. And vice versa, because our character is created and molded from our experiences, And so it's like, why do they laugh about things that are doom and gloom? Why do they make light of shitty situations, or, whatever the case is? You will never understand where that comes from, because that comes from like devastation and deep, deep wounds here, which is crazy how this person works. All right. Ace of Pentacles and the Magician. Anyway, but what this does, this person's character and their different, personalities, it makes you see yourself in different ways. It makes you see your pain and how you have dealt with it and how you can deal with it in better ways. But it's also creating the momentum and facilitating this change that you're making to build this really like solid place, not just in your environment and without, but also I'm feeling that this is also creating your foundation within as well. Ace of Pentacles and the Magician. Death. Seven of Wands, which is this here. Yeah, this process is shaking things up. Absolutely shaking things up. And as you shake things up, and it's like when you're cleaning, right? When you're doing some deep spring cleaning or something like that, right? Like there's a process when you're cleaning your house so much, like, how can I say, like a deep clean, that at one point you're destroying it all because you have to move things here, move things there, get under the sofas, get inside the sofas, or scrub the walls, or whatever the case is. So you have to move things around, so it looks like chaos, like you're breaking things down in order to put things back, right? Okay. And so when you do that, you find more things to clean, right? You anticipated going in, doing a deep clean, but then one thing leads to another thing, to another thing, to another thing. And so that's how it feels. Like you are doing this unraveling, and you think that it was only going to be this, but it just turned out to be more, right? You needed to unravel more than you initially thought you did. And so it is just changing more and changing more things and changing more things. And these things are outdated. These things have been with you for so long, this way of life, this way of thinking, whatever the case is. And you didn't know how it impacted one thing to the next. And so it's like, okay, well, I'm already here, working on this concept. I might as well work on this too, right? So it's something like that. But yeah, it's definitely a process of seeing things from a different perspective. And again, all this is doing is creating this new life that you are heading toward, this new life that you're building, this life that you never even knew you wanted, and now you're so obsessed with it, Connecting within, it changes your outer circumstances as well. There's no way around that. Like, as within, so without, as above, so below. That is just how things are. So you've always manifested without, and you've done good so far. But now you know that if you connect within, you're without your external circumstances also change, and they're changing in profound ways and ways that you never ever anticipated or even thought of. You have the Tower, you have the Sun. Beautiful. Yeah, you're healing these feelings. You are seeing the loss. You are seeing what the lessons are. You are coming to terms with the pain. When you come to terms with the pain and when you accept it instead of ignore it or get away from it, profound change happens. Justice. Yeah. Things are how they should be. Things will end up how they should be. This is part of your journey. Beautiful. So beautiful. All right, Taurus. Hope you got something out of that reading. Let me know if you did in the comments. I'm curious. What else? We're going to get an oracle card from the Work Your Light Oracle deck to see what final message of guidance the universe wants to provide to you today. If you related to this reading in any way, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, share it with somebody, like the video. If you're interested in a personal reading, they are very similar to this type of reading. They take anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, and I go into depth with you. And my email address is in the description of the video. So if you're interested, just shoot me an email and I will get back to you. All right. Final message for the Taurus, please. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? What is not aligned or needs to change? Exactly. Here's the spring cleaning. Here's what you're doing. Number 34. Okay. See if you can see that. I don't know. What in your life is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? We are cyclic beings in a constant state of change, of evolution, of growth. Change is one of the only certainties of life. When you resist your cyclic nature, you resist life and feel stuck. Many of us have learned to be who the world wants us to be, but there comes a time when it is harder to hold on to this facade than it is to embrace who we truly are. To surrender to how we have changed and align life to that way of being. If you pull this card, you're being called to let go of what you once were or the things that you once defined yourself by. The job, the relationship, and the mask you wore, and to embrace who you truly are now. To courageously step into the person that you came here to be in full authenticity. To embrace your weirdness and your uniqueness. Perhaps you have outgrown some relationships or circumstances, and it's time to reassess and bring all the parts of your life into alignment so that they are congruent with who you truly are today. Beautiful. This is exactly everything that we've been reading on today. All right. Well, again, I hope this helps somebody. I hope you got something out of it. Thank you so much, as always, for allowing me to read for you. Thank you for your time, your energy. Take care of yourself. Hope this works out. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.